This is the Shotokan Karate and Human Performance and Shotokan Karate and Family Fitness Spring Warm-Up. Remember, green belts and above, you need to memorize this because you might be called on in class to run people through the warm-up. Also keep in mind a couple of quick things. Rather than just mindlessly running them through the warm-up, remember that whenever we're doing especially karate-specific techniques, make sure you're giving corrections and using that time as a teaching time for you. It's a way for you to get some volunteer time in. We're going to start off with running in place. You have about a minute and a half of that. If you have any knee issues or if the person in class has knee issues, just have them just barely move the feet. Or if it's a younger crowd or people who don't have any issues, have them move into high knees, actually trying to elevate the heart rate and get the knees as high as they can. Not slamming the feet on the ground so as to hurt the joints, instead staying up on the toes, lifting the knees as high as they can, and pumping the arms. After that, from a standing position, you'll try to lock into the ground with one leg and go through hip cars or hip controlled articular rotations. You'll start off lifting the knee as high as you can, just like front kick. Go off to the side as if you're doing a makeshift side snap kick. Roll the leg over, bring it all the way back behind you, and then from that point, bring it back and around to the front, and you'll switch legs each time. So see from the side, you'll lift to the front, bring that leg all the way over to the side, rotate the leg over, bring it back, end up knee down, heel up, and then back around to the front. So working on stability on the leg and then also warming up the hip joints and working on some strength in those. After you get through 5 on each side, you'll drop down and do bridges, but we're going to do bridge marches. If the person has any shoulder issues, they can just drop down and do this on their back. If they don't have any shoulder issues, you'll be on your hands, come up into a bridge, and from here, just holding this position, you'll attempt to do 20 kicks total, just slow and controlled, trying to keep the heels pressed as hard into the ground as possible. If anyone says anything about hurting their back, tell them to tuck their hips up a little bit more. You should feel it in the glutes. Same thing on the back, lifting the hips and just marching or kicking the legs, whichever one they end up doing. And you do have a little bit of leeway deciding how you want to show that. Next one's going to be punching and kibarachi, have them get into good horse stances. If you look around the room and there are people in bad horse stances, please make corrections. Toes forward, knees are bent, one hand out, and just punching. And do 20 punches, just working on warming up the arms, keeping the shoulders in place. Last one's going to be reverse punch, mawashigiri. If it's a younger crowd and they don't understand roundhouse kick, don't have them do it. If they can kind of figure it out, then have them try. So from here, reverse punch, roundhouse kick, and then have them step back. Reverse punch, roundhouse kick, have them step back. Do between 5 and 10 on each side, depending on how much time you have left for the warm-up. Remember, you can vary how many of these you're doing. You can change the order. You can also add in extra things that maybe you feel the class needs, or take some things away as needed. So make sure you have it memorized, and for those of you who are watching who are practicing it for class, have fun.